What's going on, everybody? David here, and today we are checking out the Jackson Misha Mansour HT-7 Pro Series guitar. It's kind of a long title, but let's check it out. Alright, now that we've heard the demo of this guitar, let's talk about some of the specs here. So, we have a basswood body with a flame maple top. It is a 26.5-inch scale length with a bolt-on construction. As far as the bridge, we have the in-house just Jackson hardtail. As far as the pickups, we have, again, in-house Jackson pickups. They are the MM pickups that were designed with Misha Mansour. For pickup controls, we have a 5-way selector. Bottom position is the bridge pickup. Next position is the coil split for the inner coils. Then we have the middle position, which is both pickups. Then we have next position, which is coil split for the outer coils. And then finally, the neck pickup. Next to the selector, we have a volume knob and a tone knob. Now, what's really cool about the tone knob is it actually is a bypassable tone knob. So when the knob is down, the tone is bypassed, like so. Makes no difference. When it's bypassed, it'll pretty much be all the way up, but when you pull the knob out, you can then use the tone control. That's really cool. I kind of haven't seen that on a guitar before, so if you are prone to accidentally bumping the tone knob, kind of like I am, then this will be great for you. This guitar also ships with an ebony fretboard, and actually something that's really surprising to me and really cool is it has locking tuners, which is really nice to see for a guitar in this price range. Now, when this was new, this guitar I believe was $700 to $800. They have since updated this model. The new ones come with a roasted maple neck and some different paint schemes, but this one new I believe was $700 to $800, and even so, locking tuners in that price range is really cool. So let's check out some tones. I'm playing through my Blackstar HT Club 50 on the clean channel. This is the bridge pickup. Let's check out the coil split on the inner coils. Middle position. Coil split on the outer coils. And neck pickup. Now we have it running through the clean channel of my amp again through the Electro Harmonics Canyon delay pedal on the shimmer setting with the inner coil split. Alright, now let's check out the distorted tones running once again through my HT Club 50 through another Electro Harmonics Crayon Overdrive. So, I've seen a lot of mixed reactions on these pickups, but I honestly like them. They have a pretty defined and aggressive mid-range bite that I really like. The neck pickup can be a bit boomy, which I'll show you in a second, but overall I like these pickups. Something I noticed was I kind of feel like people almost set themselves up for failure sometimes with these pickups because it's either one of two things. People are bummed out that there are no bare knuckles in this guitar, which is famously what Misha plays, or they're upset because these don't sound like bare knuckles. And my answer to those is of course they don't sound like bare knuckles because they're not bare knuckles. So I don't see why you would expect them to sound like so. And also, as far as being upset that they're not in the guitar, those pickups are $300 alone. This guitar is $700 or $800. I think it was $700 new. And of course there would not be a $300 set of pickups in it. That's not even feasible. That's not even a reasonable expectation. So given how these pickups sound, I'm pretty impressed with them. I like them. They can be a bit muddy, but overall, I think it's a very usable pickup, and I've been getting some very usable tones, not with just a real amp, but software amps as well. In the demo, I actually used the Will Putney suite, and I thought the tones in there were fantastic. So here's the neck pickup with some distortion. So I do like these pickups. Like I said, it can get a little muddy, especially on the neck pickup at times, but overall I do think they're pretty solid pickups. Of course you could swap it with whatever you want, but a big shining point of these pickups is definitely the neck pickup for distorted tones, because it just sounds killer. Now, a couple things about this guitar I personally am not a massive fan of, and this is just my opinion, it's different for everybody. One of them is the neck. I'm not particularly stoked on the finish of the back of this neck. It just feels a little bit cheap to me, and that's just, again, my personal preference. It kind of has the same neck finish as some of the lower line Ibanez's, which I am not a fan of. But I know that is just me. I know a lot of people are a fan of this type of finish. I personally am not. The fret ends are a little sharp in a couple places, which isn't a massive deal, but I would prefer if they weren't. And then also something that just took some getting used to is the string spacing on this guitar. It is much thinner up at the head than my other 7 strings. It almost feels like a 6 string. There were multiple times first of all, when we bought the guitar, I had to take like 3 looks at it because I thought it was a 6 string. The neck is very thin, especially compared to all of my 7-string Schecters, which I will show you a comparison right now. This is my PT next to the Jackson neck, and it's a pretty big difference as far as string spacing. It might not look huge in that picture, but when you play it, it's a big difference, and it takes some getting used to. But what's good about that is if this is your first 7-string guitar, you might like that because it'll be more comfortable. It won't feel like a baseball bat in your hand. It'll feel more like a 6-string, which is good, and it might be an easier transition that way. But for me, I'm very much used to these thicker necks up by the head, and that was a little weird for me at first. But I will say something I do like is the access to higher frets is fantastic on this thing. I have no problem. I'm not really hitting my knuckles when I'm playing down there. So these cutouts, these horns are fantastic. So the reason I have this guitar is the other guitarist in my band needed a 7-string, and this popped up for $300. At that price, it's a steal. This is a great value for a $300 guitar. It is worth it hands down, but when it was new at the price of $800, I'm not so sure at that point. Now, there's a reason I buy a lot of Schecter guitars, because I feel like the quality of a Schecter guitar, especially at the $700-800 price range, is a bit better than what you're going to get with this. This is definitely a fine guitar, but like I said, to me, I can't help but to feel like, especially in the neck, it feels like a cheaper guitar. The overall construction is great, but it just doesn't feel like a $700 to $800 guitar. Once again, I think this is going to change with the new update with the roasted maple and the new body paints, and I think it's going to be better with the newer updated ones, but this guitar right here doesn't feel like $800 to me, especially when you can get a Schecter Hellraiser for that price, brand new, or you can go the used route and save money and actually get a better quality guitar, in my opinion. Now, my Schecter C7 ATX was used for $500. It's got Seymour Duncan blackouts, and it has a neck-through design, so that to me is a much higher caliber of guitar than this. And like I said, I think the updated models will fix some of the issues I have with this guitar, but at the end of the day, as far as recommending this, it's a fantastic guitar. I think it's awesome. I think a majority of you will love it. You might want to change the pickups based on your preference, but it's a fantastic guitar. Me personally, I would try and find one used to save yourself a bit of money, or maybe go with a different brand such as Schecter or LTD. Once again, $500, Seymour Duncan blackouts, neck through design, and it has locking tuners. So I think you can either save yourself some money or get a better caliber guitar for the same price. Overall, I think this guitar is sick. I think my guitarist is really going to like it, because once again, this is going to be his first like actual 7-string, so it's going to be very comfortable for him to play. And overall, if you guys find this at a cheap price, if you guys find this used for a good deal, jump at it. I don't think you will regret it. It's a very fun guitar. It's very comfortable to play. I think it sounds awesome, and I think you will enjoy it. And that's it for today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell, do all that stuff so you get notified whenever I post new videos. Thank you so much for watching. My name is David, and I will see you next time.